Shag!
Well team, we're going to go down to Bear Island. I'm going to show you something else. Like when we go to Bear Island, you've got these winds coming in from the southeast and southerlies. You're fishing in an exposed area and you can see the chop coming in, and people still persist in always turning left off the bridge and going around. What we're going to do is that we're going to blow the little bit of the myth about just going left and going out towards that boat and fishing the area, because you've got the elements against you. Number one, you've got the wind, casting into the wind, which you'll have to use a heavier weight, which leads to more snags and hookups on the kelp and the rocks. Two, we've got the dangers off with the swell, because the swell's coming onto the rocks head on. So why go through that where we can just use a little fishing sense and fish to our strengths? So what we're going to do is we're going to go down here, go under the bridge and turn right. Now, come down here all the time. I'm seeing people fish the bridge for the squid, going down through here all the time, which is a great opportunity. But no one tends to fish, well, they probably do. I'm not here 24/7, you know what I mean? But, you know, fly be free, is that we're going to go down to this point through and walk around this area to give you a look at what's the positives of fishing on this side compared to the wind coming in your face, the line twists, the tangles, the swell, and casting into something where it limits your distance if you need that distance. I know a lot of squid jigger fishermen, not really good for doing that, and a lot of people go a heavier weight, and as soon as you put that heavier weight when you bottom bash, you're doomed for failure. You'll see where the scuba divers actually enter this point, so it's a nice transition, and it's still got this bay through here, and fish do come in here, but with all the traffic coming in with the scuba divers, etc., you have to know when to fish that area. So we're going to head down, we're going under the bridge, and we'll take you to the other side, the dark side of the moon, the Pink Floyd of Bear Island. And when I come through here, I only see one or two people fish on this side. Maybe a curse, don't know. But we'll look at it for you. And it's the same sort of structure. Oh yeah, I've got my land going through my head. I haven't got my cleats on, but I'm above water. I've got my good sandals on today. So they're rock climbing sandals, which have got the really good anti-slip bits and pieces. I'm no different to someone walking around here with sand shoes taking a photo. You can see the good ground, and you see the entry points where the guys go in, and you walk through. Always good to ask the scuba diverman, have you seen anything out there? That'll give you a good hint. And you can see it's relatively easy. It's easier than the other half because it's not as slippery. Already, I'm just walking out through here. Look at this. Now, in the winter conditions where we talked about the wind, this is the ideal opportunity to use the shelter to your advantage, because Bear Island is actually shielding you from the oncoming wind. You have to be careful actually going through this area through here. Again, it's low tide, but look what you're up against. You can actually quite easily fall if you're not agile enough to actually go further out to this area. So common sense would prevail if you were to go to that area. You look at an exit point. Obviously, if the waves were coming, you'd wear your safety gear. When I fish this area, I normally predominantly come to this point through here and using the wind. So you can see the wind chop how it's pushing me into there. So you look at a cast where a lot of people go on that side of the bay just there, and they're casting towards the wind. What, maximum cast 20 metres, 30 metres with a float? The swell and the wave conditions are bringing your float towards you. Now, thinking logically, is that good? I don't think so. So why not come to this area through here and cast out that direction? When you cast, you'll get a line drop, which is the top of your rod, which hoops down to your float, and that's where you'll probably hook up onto those rocks. So you need to actually get a good area to actually locate your rod, which is important, you know. I use the PVC or a steel rod holder because I can jam it in. And I go out through here. And if you're bottom bashing, if you get a bite, you've got to lift your rod up very quickly and retrieve it. A good squid area through here, but pretty dangerous because look, got your swell that's bouncing away from here, side on. So you've always got to look peripherally to your left-hand side. And a lot of people say, oh, Shag is a little bit extreme to go here. Yeah, maybe for some, less swell, good. But this point over through here is a better option. Then it'll take the wind and the swell actually would take you halfway in towards this little bay area. We move around through here now, where you see a more predominant swell wash area, where you're looking at your pigs, your blackfish, your squid, and any of your pelagics. And when I say pelagic fish, I mean your tailor, your bonito, your kings, your Australian salmon, even mac tuna have been caught work in this area. Because ultimately it's where the fish come out and exit the bay area to the Cape Banks area. This is where it starts to get a little bit dangerous, so you have to be aware of the swell. You look at your cabbage, which is a good range of cabbage there for your fish. You've got some great stringweed here. And we walk around to this area through here now. Now, this would be another area where you look for, if you're a good blackfish fisherman, you look at fishing this bottom area through here and working this wash on this side. And you look at the span of what we got through here, not a bad little area to cast out. If I'm situated here, I can still see the waves coming. You've got to be careful of the bombora and the low reef area, which pushes the swell up into this area. But look at the break and you can see that white water dissipating just about 50, 80 metres out in front of me. What a good little area. Bottom bash, no sinker, a crab or a float, but your float would probably move to your right with the swell conditions, which would probably bring you up into these rocks. So that's the issue with actually going to something that with a float in this area mightn't be too good. A live bait, you little beauty, because the live bait will tend to actually go out or hover around a one through area. We look at here, and this is where we connect. This is where we connect to the other areas. And it gets a low tide. And you can see it really working, and you can see that stake over there where a lot of the fishers go when it's a good tide. When it's a good tide. We'll jump down and we'll take you there because it's a good opportunity to take you to the dark side of the moon. And you've got those crabs here with the groper and all that pigs love. And we're walking through here, and remember, so in this area, you've got to be careful because it's only a tidal area. And cleats and safety gear are so important. And it's only a low tide area. And even coming out through here, you could get a rogue wave at any time, and it could be in. And the same structure here is great. Little pool here to put your bait in, anything like that, or your fish. and you walk along through here and you come into this area. Now, lovely pond to put your keeper net in, the pond, the pool. And you can see where we are now. So I've worked the other area, and you can see the stake. Now this is only for experienced fishermen. Only for experienced fishermen to come out through here. And a lot of people, they come out through here and they hold the stake. We'll go out through here so we can touch the stake, you little beauty. And we hold on through here for our grim life, and we go, uh-oh, we better go. You know what I mean? So it's interesting. I wouldn't recommend it if you were a novice fisherman. Even us older blokes, you wouldn't do it because you're not as agile. I just want to show you where I just was, why it's not safe now. Now look at this wave, how it's just bubbled up from the bommy. I'm on that stake. Bam, look at that. And look at this second one coming up. Look at this, and this is why it's ultra dangerous to even be there. And you're washed in, you know, you're washed in. Is it worth it for that squid? Not sure. And we walk around through here to where we've got to this area now. And this is where we work the area from the other side. A lot of guys fish that area there and cast out and use this wash area. You know? So it's interesting times if you're a rock fisherman to actually fish these areas. And reading the surf and the swell is pretty important. As you see now, it's really died back quite a lot. And we'll see if we can make it through here for your team. Let's go. And we made it. Okay. And we're here on the other side now to where we're here. And look at that. Again, total safety is required to go through here to walk around the area, not for the novices. Okay, so we're back at ground zero here again now, where a lot of other people fish all the time. So it's quite interesting. A lot more slippery here, the black ice. And we've got a young man through here catching a few fish. You little beauty. Nice black fish there, nice luderick. Very, very good. Got quite a few there, which is good. So working this area is very productive. Hope you've enjoyed the Turn Right series of Bear Island. Really have to be careful. You look at it and you see how quiet it is. There's that bombora just working out where that break is to go that way and to fish that area. So remember team, when you come down here and turn right, it's a considerably different aspect to where I just showed you to the other side. Be careful, be safe. And remember, if you like these videos, make sure you hype the videos team. Let's hype, let's subscribe, pass the word, and I really look forward to your comments in the comments section. It just motivates me to do better, if I can do better. Thank you very much. Shag out.
Shag! On the rock! On the sand! Fishing crew! Best in the land! Shag on the rock! Past the mansions where the lights burn low, where the quiet coastal breezes blow. Moon on the water, tide rolling in, cooler full of hope and a wild grin. Footsteps soft on the gleaming through the night, and the line cuts silver in the light. Shh, don't tell them it's a secret. No one knows the spot where the shadows meet the shoreline, and the giants all get caught. Raise your arms like a battle cry, let the whole night rock. But shh, don't tell them it's a secret. No one knows the spot. Beyond the gates where the rich folks sleep, where the coastline curves and the waters run deep. They don't like strangers walking through, but the tide don't care who's passing through. Stars above and the surf rolls strong. Every cast like a stadium song. Every strike like thunder and flame. Every fisherman chasing the same. If the whispers start and the rumors fly, just smile back and let them wonder why. Don't tell them it's a secret. No one knows the spot where the moonlight hits the breakers and the legends all get caught. Raise your eyes like a battle cry, let the whole night rock. But shh, don't tell them it's a secret. No one knows the spot. Hear the real scream out tonight. Silver flashes in the moonlight. Hands up high if you know the code. Down the quiet sand where the cold tides roll. Grow tell 'em. Shh. Grow tell 'em. Shh. Don't tell 'em. Shh. Don't tell 'em. Don't tell them it's a secret. No one knows the spot where the ocean turns to legend and the fearless cast their shot. Raise your eyes to the midnight sky, let the whole beach rock. But shh, don't tell them it's a secret. No one knows the spot. Morning comes, but the secret Stars, trails, footprints fade. We're the ghosts the council made. Shag, exposure, truths untold. Public land, reclaim the gold. Let's blow the myth and fish the beach. Through secret ways the waves will preach. Tide lines screaming, midnight air. Their sacred sand, we'll meet you there. Hold on tight. Yeah, they might bite. We're fishing freedom in the night. Yeah, the secret's out. No fences on the tide.
Coming into the wharf where you see the usual suspects, the junior team, really keen fishermen down here in the wharf. Always seem to be here. And good on them, catching trevally and a lot of other stuff, which has been really good. They're good little fishermen, they know what they're doing. Very good little bunch of fishermen. You can just imagine what they're going to be like later on in life when you're starting to get to the bigger stuff and start experimenting more baits and bigger rods. Very good.
Shame she's not willing to help
Hey Glenn, you good for hey Glenn, you good for the
Yeah, down at across the road there, actually some great stuff.
So get your rods up, get out of the way.
Also out the fence though. Yep.